Yesterday, we talked about celebrity reactions to the failed assassination attempt on Trump, and one of them came from one of the members of Tenacious D, Kyle Gass. And he said, a quote, I'm not going to risk us getting banned, he said, don't miss Trump next time, which he should not only be shamed for saying that, he should be investigated for saying that, because he is suggesting that there should be a second attempt on Trump's life. But since then, Jack Black has responded to the situation, and here is his official statement. He said, I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. After much reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. I am grateful to the fans for their support and understanding. So he has now canceled all the further dates on the Spicy Meatball tour.
Look, I don't like the inclusion of the term hate speech in there.
Whatever. He was trying his best.
It's so comical.
And not only that, Kyle Gass put out a statement as well, saying that he regrets what he said. The line I improvised on stage Sunday night in Sydney was highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any kind in any form against anyone. What happened was a tragedy, and I'm incredibly sorry for my severe lack of judgment. I profoundly apologize to those I've let down and truly regret any pain I've caused. Now, it's funny that he would say that when all of these anonymous people are saying the same thing, if not worse, and not getting censored for inciting violence online.
It really is, well, it goes back to Kathy Griffin, right? Like, there is like this line where you get up to the metaphorical line, right? Threat to democracy.
Third Reich.
Threat to America. All of these terms that imply the same thing, but once you cross that metaphorical line, you get to where Kathy Griffin was, and the same thing happened to her. Her career fell apart after she did that photo shoot.
And she did apologize for the stunt, but
too little, too late.
Yeah, it's too little, too late. She shouldn't have done it in the first place. He shouldn't have said what he said in the first place. And I think that the apology rings hollow when you know full well if he had gotten praise for saying that, he would not have ever made a statement regretting it.
His talent agency dropped him as well.
Oh, really? Yes. Interesting. What if this is what, like, fully ends Tenacious D once and for all? Like, this is how they break up?
Look, I don't, like, how do you feel about this? Do you think that Jack Black did the right thing here?
Yeah, well, you said that you think Jack Black quietly agrees with everything Trump says, and that's why he made the decision to cancel the tour. No. I think he quietly agrees with everything that his bandmate said.
Maybe not that part of it, but I'm saying that he just did a fundraiser for Biden. So no, I think that likely what we are experiencing now is the outcome of a world where we look at politics as pro wrestling and everything is experienced digitally, and what you think while you're reading something is very different from what you're supposed to say in public, and what he let slip should never have been said.
It's just also especially gross given that someone died that day.
Exactly. Right. That's why I can't take the you missed. It's like, so you're saying someone's father and a firefighter being shot by those bullets is missing, like,
who's like protecting his family when he died. It's
this is
disgusting.
8 to 10 years of this language being highly normalized, maybe in every way other than explicit
and
calls.
This is all the while celebrities have been telling us that silence is violence, that hatred is violence, and all things but actual violence are violence. Also, and meanwhile, physical violence is totally condoned.
Jack Black uses the term hate speech, but the whole point of the definition of free speech is that explicit calls to violence doesn't fall under that criteria. This is one of those examples where there actually is explicit, references to violence. That's very, very different. Now, I saw a lot of other people online saying like they should apologize and go on about their tour, who don't believe that the outcome to this should be for them to be quote unquote canceled. But I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. Like, I would have imagined they would have just gone back on tour. I think if they would have just gone back on tour, I think this would have been forgotten.
Well, all of their fans in the crowd, if you look at the video, were cheering when he said it. Their fans don't have a problem with it.
It felt like they agreed but didn't want to be seen agreeing.
I wonder what their fan base is like.
Yeah.
I doubt that their fan base is super liberal and woke. Or, I mean, I don't know, it might be, but I'm curious, like, is their fan base more conservative?
But also, it's like comedic music. Like, you're not exactly raising the vibes of the room with shit like that.
I mean, what they should have done in that moment is just not address the news that came out that morning, because this was in Australia, and try to give people a good, entertaining night, regardless of what happened.
Exactly. Jack Black does way more good for the party he supports by doing these fundraisers and whatever. Even if we think it's cringy and lame, like, he's gonna find more support by doing stuff like that than stuff like this happening. But also, can you imagine being him in that moment after he said that? Like,
yeah.
Jack Black's like, bro, what the fuck?
Do you think he instantly regretted it? Because
Yes.
he's probably seen everyone online saying
He was
it.
probably
He didn't
drunk.
Come up with
I think
it.
Jack Black instantly knew that.
Well, yeah,
they were
maybe Jack
that they were
Black.
fucked.
And then, because they were in Australia, a local politician there, Senator Ralph Babbitt, made a statement in response to this. He demanded that Tenacious D be deported for their bad taste joke. He said that Glass's comments were not a joke, and he called on Australia's immigration minister to revoke their visas. Anything less than deportation is an endorsement of the shooting and the attempted assassination of Donald Trump.
Do you think that's true?
I mean, what he said is very clearly an incitement to further violence.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that because they already have such strict hate speech laws in Australia to begin with, that this is fully breaking the law over there.
It's you're being a victim of your own of laws of your own making, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're the one
Came
addressing
back
hate
around.
speech, right?
Exactly.
Full circle.
He also, the same guy tweeted out the footage when it happened, saying, "Without free speech, our nation will fall." But they don't have free speech in Australia, and they haven't for a long time. You also brought to my attention what Mark Hamill tweeted immediately after Trump's appearance at the RNC last night.
This was my favorite of all of it. He's his first appearance of ludicrously oversized ear bandage, apparently not needed the prior night. So yeah, Trump was golfing the day before and he didn't have one on. It reminded guys, what was it? Was it Scary Movie where the sheriff is wearing like the sheriff's hat and it's got the brim, and with every cut it gets bigger and bigger until it's like out the side of the car. So Trump should wear a bigger bandage tomorrow
every single
and
time.
a bigger bandage the day after, and then by the final day it should be a "Make America Great Again" bandage on the side of his ear.
I was thinking he should have just like shown everyone his wound.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. It seems like that would have been a cool moment.
My favorite thing that they keep talking about, they think it's like an own, where they're like, it was actually a piece of the monitor that cut his ear, as if that somehow makes it like less.
Yeah, less deadly.
Yes.
Yeah, no. But the responses to Mark Hamill were absolutely hilarious. One person said, "You ever get shot, Mark? Shut the F up." Another one said, "It's so depressing how lame Luke Skywalker is in real life." Another one said,
"Oh, they're saying the golfing story was fake. That he wasn't golfing the day after?"
I don't know. I just saw the video, so I don't know when it was from.
So he
Another one
wasn't
said,
golfing the day after? See,
"You would have shit yourself and cried in the fetal position, needing Secret Service to carry you out and coddle you with a milk bottle. You wouldn't know about oversized anything, as the mushroom and marbles in your pants are your only reference," said one Trump supporter. Another one said, "Mark Hamill is a weak little man filled with hate and anger." And it's all true, folks.
So yeah, he was not golfing the day after the incident.
And of
This
course,
is why I hate the internet.
the usual
Yeah, I had a
comments asking
feeling
him about
that
his
wasn't true,
granddaughter that he wanted to be aborted.
Yes.
He's like one of the worst Trump derangement syndrome celebrities of all time.
He was not, the video was not from yesterday, so he was not
Okay.
golfing. I mean, it would have been a pretty Chad move to be out golfing the day after.
Yeah, it would have been. Still would have liked to hear him speak last night.
You know what's sad is that this isn't like a 9/11 where our country could come together.
Nope.
No.
The internet
'cause we
made
very
that
well
impossible.
could. Yeah, I mean, regardless of who is attempting to be assassinated, like as a country, the fact that someone so powerful, who was our leader at one point, whether you liked it or not, was almost killed.
Yeah. Also, somebody posted a picture of Evander Holyfield after Tyson bit his ear and said the Netflix adaptation.
Wasn't there? Who was that artist that like ripped his ear off? That Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't. And I don't know how I feel about the Jack Black thing. A lot of people are saying, look, this is his friend of 30 years. He should have stuck by his side. The guy said one stupid thing, and he's throwing his friend under the bus because it's going to...
Throwing his friend under the bus.
It's gonna stop his ability to make money.
It's probably also not all up to Jack Black.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
they have managers and they employ hundreds of people, and his friend threw himself under the bus. Like, I don't know. He probably wasn't sober when he said it, but drunk words are sober thoughts. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
In vino veritas, it's probably what he was thinking, and he would have never taken it back or apologized if he were universally celebrated for it. I think the same thing about Kathy Griffin. If she never got criticism for her stunt, she would have, taken full credit for it and never apologized.
So why is it that, first of all, we talk about a lot of like no-name people or like sock accounts that were saying stuff like this, but after the Supreme Court ruling, it was like a week ago, people were making jokes about this. About doing this to Trump because it would give Biden presidential immunity. Okay, like why are none of them being held to the same standards? Just because they're not entertainers and they don't have talent agencies?
Like literally yesterday, we showed this video of Madonna saying that she was thinking an awful lot about blowing up the White House. That was last year that she said that because of Roe v. Wade, I assume. But no, these people aren't going to be held accountable. They're not going to have the FBI raiding their homes.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.